Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thanks for introduction. It's an honor to be given the opportunity to speak in the conference. Thank you, Dr. Mutmainna. Thank you, admin of this conference. Thank you, Egypt. Our research is the concept of the electronic writer. Will the writer become an electronic illusion? And what is happened to literature of the year 2050? Will each of us become a unique language? How will technology affect our intellectual production? First, what do we know about applied literature? We are proud that we have an applied curriculum for facility of art that bridge the applied gap, which is much needed by the literary department, and it mitigates the need for it. The first is concerned with the pre-writing stage as important academy knowledge, and the second talk deal with literature pattern and perfecting them, and the third is the important critical applied curriculum, and it will be made into an electronic application that caters of students' need for quick research. Are our university ready to accept this new curriculum? The second, the fact is that literature remains the make of idea, the inspiration of scholar, and the incubator of culture of language. According, it's the emotional and intellectual records of scientists, society, and the archive of their way of thinking. It is a very important nerve, the humanity that enters into everywhere and demand that the mind have a minimum capacity to record the step of their thought. Therefore, our vision for its future were important. To know the fate of people recently striking new concepts have spring up on social media site. Looking at the future, I think that is information is certain of the origin in some way. That is what prompted me to think about the applied literature curriculum is the students believe that his applied students are limited to the knowledge of literature style only. When this knowledge and mastery are required in all fields, in media, journalism, research, and all the disciplines, the experts express the material in a sound language as list. As writers, we suffer from the reluctance of graduate of college of literature and a general failure the embark of literary writing as a criticism that shorts the stage of study. Research prove the assimilation of the student's material, but the applied world is much wider than what was mentioned, and the words will move to very advanced stage which were perfected by the author of the next 50 years, and also the author of um, 33 stringent of war, that is the long run it will become unit. Do not let your children, those born after 2010, dream of becoming doctors, engineers, journalists, etc. Try to change their dream so that they are in line with a reality, as the world change every second, every minute and moment. So we must change our tune to reach and understanding with the new generation. Before the chance with that grow every day. In the words of 2030, two belong jobs will disparate from the world, and it is expected that electricity will replace alternative energy, such as solar panel, reciprocal performance generation, etc. This can be measured in literature and culture in general, where communication will become virtual, and literary spread is also virtual. So what we used the present in terms of literary subjectivity and expression about sadness and joy. If it is not practically employed to serve a building goal, then it is not relevant and only word and word. The concepts, so contemporary generation will not pay attention to it except to the extent that is respond with those how have no value for time. Third, literature for everything. Now, this was broken long ago by the University of MIT7, which has uploaded 130 million pieces of information available to scholars and international accredited certificates, and of course directed according to their thinking. And however, wins the race is the one how will occupy the arena in the future. We are still giving certificate only on the that Sibawayh explain, and we are studying Ibn Arabi at the Sorbonne, which will not take us to the moon. So we praise the creator on that what was created. Now, the witness is that we want practical science So what we use from Google and Microsoft system, WhatsApp and Facebook, all of this, which give them the lead in controlling us, because science pursued literature. So does literature become scientifically pressed? For example, in return for this power, which is the power of science, we must be influential in our way, so that we find a way to the summit someday. Fourth, literature in the year 20, 2050. The first thinking a normal individual will complain about is the dominance of artificial intelligence, one on our life. Raymond Kurzweil, a writer and computer science interested in study future technology development, made is a set of prediction raising the alarm. It said, in one of these prediction, which seemed to be inspired by science fiction movie, he indicated that artificial intelligence will someday surpass human intelligence and will be able to improve its capabilities on its our own at a rapid pace. And what's known as artificial intelligence uniqueness and althons, this view is not supported by most scientists. Few people Danny, that I will get strong in the coming day. Every writer has a website, an application, and a special robot that does his duties on his behalf. Applications that copy everything that come into mind on this on the right it one on the computer and correct it for him. The exceptional and the skilled will appear distinguished through his application and his own voice room. Hatching idea in the brain become easy, and via Sable technology means a new application will be implemented that protect them. Therefore, the future world and the world of application will not accept the sample writer who is far from the world of specialized technology. Programming will be one of the basic science required even of the writer. The words jump and walk, and we must walk with it, carrying our hate value however we go and wherever we turn. Now, those who always offer new ones and the strange qualitatively and textual lap are the one who will last longest. Literature has declined qualitatively and is progress as qualitatively due to the decline of the book and the quality of reader and the rise of scientific, graphic writing, so that literature in invested and employed and not keep convert to a book. Printing on demand and the ebook number one and new publishing house have appeared that deal with this type of publishing, but it is expensive and still a new experience such as the unreliable open source experience of Wikipedia, which has been able to establish its the fact that this problem is central. The usual publishing houses will disparate and will say usual and not traditional because they are not imitation, but rather have become known now, and the writer will become a publishing house for himself, printing on demand. Now, the philosophy of literature will become a doctrine in the one own right and a trian and the experience of the human spirit, which will begin to shrink as a result of the wound of the human soul, as a result of occupiable and increasingly complex brittle event, so that it's explore the depths of real human through thought the outward projection. The writer معتصم الشاعر say through my relationship with the literature milieu, I noticed despair in the world of many people interested in literature and uh, culture in general, due to the blurring on the relationship between the culture maker and those who control its maker as well as its audience, which made many think of satisfied the desire, the influence by searching for other worlds through translation in which they word by better deal. The limited spread of Arabic literature outside its um, geographic framework constitute a complex from money. Sorry. Now, a test question about your literary writing level 5. Like tests, that is like tests, quickly tests. Do I read daily and write daily? Do I correct that I write? Do I care about the reader's review? Do I wish I would write my book? Rewrite my book? Do I want to know new books? Do I have friends from important writers? Do I tidy up my literary and I'm looking for rereading of important books? Do I learn from those who know how to speak from themselves? Do I write the most important thing in books? Do I feel that the road to the summit in long, but then to answer yes. But then to answer yes, and 5 for a little answer, and 0 for the answer no. Now, between 60 and 100, you are a professional writer. Between 40 and 55, need to be done. From 0 to 50, you only have a hobby. Thank you all for listening. There is yet plenty to cover. I wish you can reach my anytime to get future fitter in there. Thank you very much.